Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Crews are working to clean up a train cars that went off the tracks, spewing grain into the ditches near Ulen, Minnesota. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. Dispatch says the call for the derailment came in around 1 this morning. Burlington Northern said local law enforcement wasn't needed since the National Transportation Safety Board was notified. There are no reports of any injuries, and it's unknown why that train went off the tracks. New at noon, authorities in Walsh County are searching for a missing man. Michael Eidenschink left his house in Park River yesterday around noon. The sheriff's department believes that he went out fishing or hunting around Fordville and never came back. He left in a gray Chevy Avalanche with North Dakota plates 066 ABP. Now, if you have any information about him, call your local law enforcement. Right now here in the metro, you can see it's cool, rainy day. And a lot of people, though, or not a lot, but some folks, I should say, had snow out there this morning, and we could be seeing more of it. For what we can expect in the rest of our forecast, let's head on over to Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good afternoon. Yes, we did have some snow in the region. It's still falling in places. Fargo's seen a mix of some rain, some snow at times, and it's just been a kind of a mess for us in the FM metro area. So we're looking at conditions there that are a little bit soggy. You could see Emerado, kind of a similar situation, but a little farther north, Devil's Lake and over into Cavalier, we've got some fresh snow on the ground there that coated the roadways for a time. It does look like it's improving a little bit. At least the heavier snowfall reducing visibility has lifted a little, and we'll generally see that trend continue into the afternoon and evening hours today. So not ideal out there, we'll say, and in some cases slushy and slippery as this snow continues to fall. So we're looking at conditions here that are a bit on the snowy side. You could see they're kind of dwindling the aerial coverage of snowfall, and that will continue as the clipper that's been moving through moves on and weakens as well. So looking at conditions that are going to be improving little by little. We've also had some strong winds today to watch out for. If you're traveling for the holiday week right now, it's not looking too bad, but a storm system is developing in the front range of the Rockies around Denver that's going to impact other parts of the Midwest. We'll have more on that coming up and take a look at how wintry weather might affect us this week in the Red River Valley in just a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. The weather could also put a damper on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this year. Strong winds of up to 40 miles per hour could impact Macy's annual Thanksgiving Day Parade and cause some other travel delays. Officials say if the winds are too gusty, the iconic balloons may not get to fly. The balloons cannot be flown when sustained winds go over 23 miles per hour and gusts are over 34 miles per hour. The National Weather Service is currently forecasting sustained winds of 22 miles per hour and wind gusts of 39 miles per hour during the parade. In our consumer alert this afternoon, 36% of Americans are planning to travel for Thanksgiving. That's a 5% jump over last year, according to TripAdvisor. More than half will be driving and 35% will be flying. 1/4 say they are traveling to visit family. 23% say they'll be celebrating the holiday with a Thanksgiving feast. Others say they plan to explore a destination, take in a movie at a theater, or maybe go shopping. And speaking of shopping, more than 223 million Americans say they will buy gifts this holiday season, even though many expect a recession in the new year. A NerdWallet survey found 37% of Americans think there will be a recession next year. About 66 million Americans say they'll spend less. Roughly 48 million people are still paying off credit card debt from the 2018 holiday season. It's a sight to see over at the Fargo Dome as Fraser LTD brings back its Festival of Trees. This is the 19th year with 162 trees uniquely decorated by local businesses and organizations. These trees will be going to families who may not have been able to afford a tree this year.
This community is such a giving community, and it's an opportunity for Fraser as a fundraiser, but also an opportunity for us to be able to give back to those in need.
Fraser will also be hosting Cookies with Claus this Friday. The event is free at the Dome, where kids can come and meet Santa, decorate cookies, and burn off some holiday energy on the bounce houses. There are new explosive developments in the case of embattled Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher. The head of the Navy, Secretary Richard Spencer, has been fired after he appeared to go against President Donald Trump's wishes in this case. Miguel Almaguer has the details.
There seems to be rumors.
This morning, the Navy's top civilian leader, Secretary Richard Spencer, fired. It appears he was pushed out after defying President Trump's support of Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher. Gallagher was at the center of a high-profile war crimes case stemming from a 2017 tour of duty in Iraq. In July, he was acquitted of shooting Iraqi civilians and killing a captive enemy fighter with a knife. The jury convicted him of posing in photos with a dead ISIS soldier and recommended a reduction in rank. Last week, the president restored Gallagher's rank. But in what many saw as a disregard of the president's wishes, Secretary Spencer called for a review of Gallagher's status, threatening to strip him of the prestigious Trident pin that indicates he's a SEAL. In his resignation letter, Spencer writing in part, "Unfortunately, I no longer share the same understanding with the Commander-in-Chief who appointed me in regards to the key principle of good order and discipline. I cannot, in good conscience, obey an order that I believe violates the sacred oath I took to support and defend the Constitution." Earlier Sunday, Gallagher lashed out on Fox News.
This is all about ego and retaliation. This has nothing to do with good order and discipline.
On Sunday, the Pentagon also saying Secretary Spencer had proposed a secret deal to the White House that would allow Eddie Gallagher to retire and retain his Navy SEAL status. Defense Secretary Mark Esper saying he was deeply troubled by this conduct. The president tweeting, "I was not pleased with the way that Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher's trial was handled by the Navy. Eddie will retire peacefully with all of the honors that he has earned." Gallagher's lawyer telling NBC News,
"This entire case has been a long battle. It's been a roller coaster, and hopefully it's now finally over."
As for Gallagher, he now goes forward with his retirement process and gets to keep his Trident pin. His lawyer says Gallagher is hoping to get some time to finally be able to step away from the whole experience, both the legal issues and the political ones.